Before we let you go, let's talk a little football.
Yep.
Tennessee Titans still looking for a new head coach, and another
Yep.
name is now on the market. Sean McDermott lost his job with the Buffalo Bills today. I think naturally, I know NFL does a lot of retreads. Some people roll their eyes at it. Some people really like it. It kind of feels like Sean McDermott would be good there, a place that is looking to build. What's your overall take about that job and what it is now, and possibility of being able to get a guy quickly?
Well, I mean, look, Sean McDermott has won a lot of football games. He just couldn't win the big football game. And, this is the same thing that happened to Andy Reid, right? In Philadelphia. You get pushed out, because you just couldn't get over the hump. And, my question for Buffalo is, all right, who are you going to get that's better? And maybe they have somebody better. I don't know. Sean McDermott's a good football coach, and I think if the Titans got him, they'd be lucky to get him. He showed he can develop a young quarterback. He was the head coach when they got Josh Allen. They had a plan for him. He got better. I understand they've lost a lot of road playoff games.
Right.
Let's ask ourselves, who are those road playoff games to?
Exactly,
They're probably largely to Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. And yes, you got to get over the hump eventually. I understand that, but he is a good coach. They've got Robert. They interviewed Matt Nagy this morning, and reports were that he had dinner with the team last night.
Right.
Which isn't surprising. I mean, he's known Matt Nagy. He's known Matt Nagy's known Mike Borgonzi for a long time. And Robert Saleh is supposed to interview in person this evening. Jeff Hafley is supposed to interview tomorrow, but he's in Miami today, and I fully expect him to be the Dolphins head coach by the end of the day, which made it paramount that the Titans bring in Robert Saleh so that they would have another choice.
Absolutely.
But the question is, how serious of a candidate is Sean McDermott, and how quickly are they willing to act on it if they are? By the way, there was another article that came out in The Athletic. I don't know who wrote it. I apologize. But in The Athletic, basically saying John Harbaugh Saturday almost pivoted to the Titans.
Wow.
When he was he and the Giants were having problems with language.
Right.
And even while they were negotiating, his agent was still in close contact with the Titans. They were the only team that they were still in contact with. Now, maybe using the Titans for leverage.
Maybe.
Who knows?
But still.
But it sounds like the Titans were his second choice. And what's the difference between second choice and fourth choice? Nothing. You're not the coach of either of those teams. But it sounds like pulling the plug on the Giants in jumping ship to the Titans was on the table. Because people are going to tell you this job stinks. And that's fine. It doesn't stink. There's a lot of people here who hate the owner and think the constant change is crazy. And yeah, you've got to have stability. But the problem isn't that you fired Brian Callahan and Rand Carthon. Problem is that you hired them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the problem isn't that you're firing coaches. The problem is that you hired two bad people, and so you have to pull the plug on those people, and you have to move on. And and that's the one area where I defend her. All right. Look, if you're upset that they fired Vrabel, fine. Okay. But the problem then was not firing Carthon and Callahan.
That's the thing,
It was hiring them in the first place.
Yeah.
They were highly thought of people that you hired, and they didn't work out. It's that simple. And so, what do you want her to do? Keep bad people around because you don't want to be seen as...
You got to cut bait.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if I was terrible on your show every week, would you bring me back?
we would have eternal hope in you, Corey.
Maybe the company would make you.
But your
say,
point,
hey,
your point was bigger. Yeah. But it makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Corey, rank.
So who knows? Yeah.
Rank these candidates 1 through 3 based on who would you want to the Titans hire as the next coach.
Okay.
Matt Nagy, Robert Saleh, Sean McDermott.
McDermott, Nagy, Saleh.
Really?
Okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, Saleh won 7 games twice and 3 games once. Okay. Nagy won less than 8 games one time in Chicago.
Yeah.
He went 12-4, 8-8, 8-8, and 6-11. And yes, Saleh was with the Jets, and yes, he had quarterback issues. But I don't believe Mitch Trubisky or Justin Fields have proven to be starters in the NFL. They've been tried and they've been failed. And I'm not sitting here campaigning for Nagy. I just think the Nagy hate is way overstated.
Right.
And I think in this town, there's a lot of Saleh love because he's a lot like Vrabel.
Yep.
And people see Vrabel succeeding, and they've got sour grapes that he's gone because they remember winning with him. They don't remember being 6-18 the last 24 games with him. And by the way, he would have won more than 3 games here the last 2 years.
For sure.
I am for sure. But he also wouldn't have had Drake May.
Yes.
So he would not have the Titans in the AFC Championship game. I can guarantee you that. Okay. So, he's a good coach, and the Titans need a good coach. And, Saleh does appear to be leader of Ben, and, they clearly want a leader. There are different kinds of leaders, but I think for a lot of Titans fans, they see a lot of Vrabel in Saleh. I call him Bald Vrabel. And so, I think that's why there's a lot of love for him. And I think also Nagy being close to Borgonzi irritates a lot of fans.
Right.
They make it feels like it wasn't a real search if you hired that guy.
Yeah.
Now, we have a very similar scenario that already took place here in the state of Tennessee when the University of Tennessee and Danny White looked for a football coach.
Yep.
And they took some big swings, and Vanderbilt just won 17.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vanderbilt got the win.
Undefeated.
Got the win.
And they took some big swings, and Danny White went back to Josh Heupel, who was his coach at Central Florida. And it was seen as, well, you were just going to hire him all along. Well, you know what? He knew he was a good coach, and he's done a nice job at Tennessee, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so and my feeling is always this, guys. You hire people to do a reason.
Right.
And if Mike Borgonzi believes that Matt Nagy is the guy, regardless of the relationship, because he's not going to hire him just because he's friends.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
Nobody's that stupid.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
Because you're banking your job on it. All right. So that whole argument is incredibly flawed. Flawed. But if he feels that Matt Nagy's the guy, then you just got to say, okay, then he's going to be our coach. We hired you to do this. And if he fails, you're probably out too.
Yep.
Because that's the way this works. Right?
Yeah. No question.
And so if you're not willing to trust that Matt Nagy's the guy with Mike Borgonzi, then you should just fire Mike Borgonzi right now.
Yeah.
Because you're not trusting him to do the job you hired him to do.
Absolutely.
And I know fans don't like to hear that. Tough. That's the way it is.
Yeah. That's the reality. It certainly is, and you're spot on there. And we would expect probably something soon. I would think you would hope with the Titans they were the first to fire, so hopefully they would be in.
I would think by tomorrow they've got a head coach.
Okay, yeah. So by tomorrow we'll be on the lookout for that. Cory, the Vanderbilt women picked up a big one, 19-0 so far in the year.
Yep.
Huge game
Big
for them.
out-of-conference
We'll
win.
see if the men can get back on track there as well. Thank you so much for your time here on Southeast Sports Plus.
The hair is spot on. I just got it cut.
Hair's looking good.
Hey, I just got mine cut yesterday.
I was gonna say, Patrick, you're looking fresh.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Your partner always looks fresh, but you look really fresh today.
I don't know. The hair game for both of you guys certainly on point. You're the
I'm
man.
just glad I still got some, guys. I'm getting old.
Oh, before we let you go, give me a score tonight.
31-17 Indiana.
Ooh, okay. I think we're all going Indiana.
This reminds me a lot of last year with Indiana as Ohio State just steamrolling everybody through the playoffs.
Right.
And Miami looking a lot like Notre Dame through the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I just think Miami just looks unstoppable.
Yeah.
So, which I never thought I'd say in my life. But here we are.
I know. And we'll see if the Hoosiers can get it done tonight. Cory, thank you so much for your time, buddy.
All right, later.
All right, see ya.